Antifolk Festival 2016.
Night six, excuse me.
2016. Night six of 2016 Winter Festival Folk Anti. How's that for mixing things up a little bit? We're going to do a mini set here from our fantastic co-host Daniel Saffler. I'll be passing the tip jar for him at some point during his set. It goes to his set, but also the hosting that he's doing all evening to keep our vibes going through this very long and fantastic night of music. So, once again, please warm welcome to Daniel Saffler.
In the world of politics, yesterday, Bernie Sanders lost an important caucus to Hillary Clinton.
Go Hillary!
Not responding to that, because that's clearly a heckle. No heckling.
I love it.
Politics today is a whirlwind of shit. Shit floats to the top of the body politic. Politics controlled in many places by ignorant thugs that will wipe you like shit off of their shoes you can't throw out those thugs may intimidate them. You must you be steel you need big for survival of the fittest is the prerogative of the empowered you must be to show them that hold the keys you own. Perhaps it should not be. Alright, that is so fucking fast. That was so fucking fast. Everybody enjoy the rhythmic drums of A Chant of the Thunder God from West Africa.
It's already raining.
Well, we're still praying so that it may stop. That would be the idea, I guess. Also that they water our crops appropriately. Who knows? Okay, I'm gonna shut up about that shit because I sound like a moron. Maybe I don't. Maybe I sound exceptionally sharp and intelligent. Okay, so a friend of ours tonight couldn't make it. He would normally be playing with the pre-war yard sale. His name is Luke Kelly. He suffered a death in his family, and as a result, he couldn't make it out. So I wrote a poem, actually, partly about him, but partly about a song he wrote while he was tripping on mushrooms. Or after he tripped on mushrooms. Anyway, it's called Walking Towards the Sun, same name as the song that he wrote. It strikes me, as it struck my friend Luke Kelly, that we are all walking towards the sun, desiring its warmth and sunshine, sustenance stapled into us, possibly sown with ancient seeds, like bacteria climbing out of the burning pool, to make food from the big yellow fireball we praised as a fucking god on fucking islands and bigger islands. You're on an island, I'm on an island, the same fucking island. This is the range, is the last thing we're saying from this song. You may call the bigger islands continents, but anyway, we're all just walking towards the sun. This is partly improvisation. Wholly improvisation. Somewhat improvisation. It's something. Be careful. I'm gonna trick you with my words because I trick myself. A lot of this is about how I have problems communicating. This is a poem about watching TV, televisuals. All day, however you do it, what device, phone, fucking desktop, it sucks you off and dulls your mind like an opiate with occasional revelations, disrupting the reality of your body. It needs to move, it needs to rock, and it needs to be rolled. It needs to lift, stretch, jump, walk, run, piss, shit, fuck, eat, drink, sleep. Probably, maybe, definitely. You need to move, to be around people, to be a human being that maybe could, barefoot, run through trees, brush, mud, plains, shit again. And maybe, just maybe, outlast a gazelle that cannot last as long as you. And just spear that fucker in the gut so you can eat and survive. Sitting there, watching the movies and shows and videos, you're merely torturing, damning yourself with mind-numbing, passive distraction, slowly burdening and bludgeoning the imagination inside of yourself. Go, get out, see the day. The 1001 movies you must see before you die will be there. You won't die unless you run into an improbable situation. Be your own fucking hero. Applause is appreciated. I tend to like the idea of getting a genuine reaction from the crowd, however. So whatever you're feeling at the moment, feel that, be that. And if applause feels you, that's what you're gonna do, I guess. What's it, John Berger? You have a question? What? What? Yes, you can gasp. Whatever. Anyway. The unique heckling ways of John Berger. He's a great poet in his own right, though. I ain't gonna put that shit down. So, here's a poem I wrote before I came out here tonight. Yeah, new poem applause. Okay, whatever. Not necessarily. You don't have to. This is not an open mic. This is me performing. I'm supposed to be on top of this shit. So this is called Black Ice. It's based on a song by a rap group called Diddy Mob. It's a southern rap group, included like members of Outkast from time to time, and CeeLo, who wrote that famous song called Fuck You. Anyway, this is called Black Ice, and it's based as a reaction to the opening lyrics of that song, which goes as such. Do you ever see that stuff you dig when it gets cold and you can't see? It's how shit happens sometimes. Black ice is a metaphor for the unseen degradation. Fucking up your sleep recovery, remediation that comes with winter. Like when you lose the AC and turn on the heater, and the shit's fucking quieter. And you hear the entire fucking building different. Waking up more, infurious, indignant. Shit, oh Lord, it gets so loud. I see black ice in the language we speak. I grew up with high-functioning autism, Asperger's syndrome spectrum shit. You can't tell me it made me meek. I had to fight myself and others, bullies fucking my day up, destroying my sense of self. I think of black ice as some idiot server committing a sin you never forgave, that she thought a fucking virtue. Like, what the fuck are you giving me that dressing, extra oil and grease shit for? You don't remember me at all. Black ice is like a miscommunication, causing us to slip to bellicosity. And winter makes us cold. This is another poem I basically just wrote. New poems. I'm doing new poems. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah, that's a fucking fun sound. I forget what jazz song this is, but I think it's what is it, Ben? Yeah, it's Birth of Cool. Yeah, it should be Move by Miles Davis, I guess. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I just want to make sure I gave credit. This is a poem called No Pets. I haven't had a pet in a long time. Too much energy, time, upkeep, costs money. I have to train the fuckers on pissing and shitting. They are a mess of time and energy, effort, love, raising and caring for an infant for approximately 12, 15, 18 years. I don't have a pet because any pet I got would hate being in a studio apartment. They would go numb with anxiety, hearing alien sounds. They would be overfed, poorly exercised. They would make my place smell. Maybe even die early. I don't have a pet because I can only take care of myself so well. Fuck up keeping my apartments clean or tidy. Fuck up making myself look normal and be normal, or even maintain a healthy employment pattern of lifestyle. I don't have a pet because I'm unsure I can care for a child on my own. Because a pet is an infant, and I need to be loved and cared for too. And I can't just expel it out for the world to see all the time. This is a piece called Nostalgia playing. It's an Ethiopian song or instrumental piece performed by the great Ethiopian jazz musician Mulatu Astake. It was featured in a movie by Jim Jarmusch called Broken Flowers, directed by Jim Jarmusch. So, yeah. Really? Only 2 or 3 left? Oh, I don't know. Alright. So, I'm gonna guess that I'm gonna try and do one more poem right now. Haven't been given the chance to do 2 or 3 more. This one's called Pining. I'm pining constantly for the year I get it right. As the only BP I would trust, broke by more described. If not then, to make it through this year, if it kills me, like John Darnielle wrote about feeling. I pine for love and affection from the fairer sex. I pine for the world of men and women I'm never really in. I pine for your honesty and trust. I pine for the 4 freedoms of FDR. I pine for what I have lost sometimes, irresponsibly. I pine for the end of any unemployment. I pine for for legal weed and pro-mixed martial arts in New York State. I pine for a massive concert with shit food and a famous-ish musician like What Happens in This Bloody City every day. I pine for more meat in my diet. I pine for the removal of the stress I give myself on a Saturday afternoon. I pine for doing it without drugs or as I choose. I pine for a full-time job with a ridiculous wage and a sick health plan. I pine for consoles and video games. I pine for the day I can avoid unnecessary strife via my temper. I pine for an end to unnecessary recurrent fears. I pine for more, much more. More knowledge, more memory, more life, love, and contentment, more objects, money, and shite, more methods of life, more party and bullshit, more revolution, which I don't want to fear. I pine for the moment I'm taken seriously. I pine and I am trapped by desire and suffering, like the Buddha states, or describes. And as Crass, the anarcho-punk band, describes, or states in their song, Walls. Desire, without your walls, I am alive. Okay, so this is a poem dedicated to the sun. The sun, the glow of the sun's rays upon our visage of steel, concrete and marble surrounding us, vicarious we can feel, flowing through the sky, beads of strange, unbending light, guided by the earth's movement towards the star of our birth, feeding us in the flora, fluctuating as our portion of earth turns on itself to the next moment, the next life, and the glow of the light reflected off the moon, radiating through our minds and bodies, improving outlook and heart's contentment. It shines through stained and tinted glass, through houses of worship, be they madrasas, synagogues, temples, churches, cathedrals, or the museums and houses of idols, long past days of worship. Shining through our very eyes, skin, nostrils, organs, it keeps our minds floating in the air, able to solve the vexations of our coming calamities. Radiance flies into the face of our present as we mind our future step. Alright, I don't want to hog it, but I suppose I'll take one more time, one more poem.
Do it.
Whatever the guy said in the back. No. Sorry. I'm partly inspired by comedians, but I'm not really one. This is a poem about practicing jiu-jitsu. practical description of a range of martial arts. It implies gentle in the name. Ju being gentle, jutsu form. Gentle movements mean a lot of things. Gentle was a word for aristocracy in the language I write in at one point. In this case, we are meant to read gentle as leveraged, comfortable, requiring less strength or stress. This so you can better throw your opponent the fuck down and sort his innards, or choke and break his bones as your gentle nature allows. And not only grappling is available to you via the many forms of jiu-jitsu you may practice compressed together, but also standing chops, kicks, and other shit oft forgotten. It's a gentle way to self-defend. When I learned jiu-jitsu as little as I did, class so expensive, the experience so tiring, my conditioning so poor, Goshin was the style of nomenclature under which I studied. Grappling was the sole form of combat explored. Pinning and submitting was the goal. I really loved at first, even more so, the throws and trips. Subtle, goofy, and aesthetic beauty of these leveraged self-defense movements were the opium, precipitous to my greater understanding and appreciation of grappling, wrestling as applied to combat. It was a lot to take on, and too much for me easy. Poor conditioning, lack of coordination, led to my being choked, thrown, and otherwise beaten down time and time again. I realized once I earned my yellow belt, I needed 3 times as many private lessons on and on and on. For the cost for the sessions I already took on was too much. I had to stop. However, still love the techniques, the combat, and the thrill. I would go back to it. The last piece of music playing right now is, what's it? Voyager, yeah, it's by Daft Punk, yeah, so that's all. Anyway, alright, on and upward for the next act. Bipolar Bradley, he's coming on stage in a few minutes.
Daniel Sattler, everybody. We will be right back with 5.